very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC Evening News. Well, the common entrance exam results are out, and already there is defense for that exam. Education Minister Ronald Jones is saying there was nothing wrong with this year's exam. He was responding to some media following a meeting between the education officials and the Caribbean Examinations Council, which administers the test.
There was nothing wrong with our exams this year. There have never been anything wrong with our exams, particularly the Barbados Secondary School Entrance Exam. So I would encourage persons from the media, don't call here with bouts of foolishness embedded in your minds or in your brains. This is a ministry that protects the integrity of all of its exams.
And Mr. Jones is also saying results this year are better than 2015. Lisa Broom tells us more.
Just about a month ago, over 3,000 primary school students wrote the common entrance exam, and today the results were released. Minister of Education Ronald Jones says one of the major achievements was the significant reduction in the number of children who scored less than 30 marks in English. Minister Jones says this year 289 or 8.2% of students scored less than 30%, while about 8 years ago that figure stood at 29%.
That is a tremendous movement in that period, and I wish to congratulate the students and the teachers for working, as they have been working to improve the quality of English teaching at our primary schools.
Minister Jones says in mathematics the overall average score fell marginally by 2.17%. It moved from 50.42% in 2015 to 48.3% this year. He says 3 students, all boys, scored 100% on that paper, although there were concerns that it was difficult. The Education Minister believes extra lessons have played a major part in the results.
From our perspective, we believe that it was a reasonable paper, and that maybe one or two things maybe in language that could have been maybe a little simpler, but it's a mathematics paper, and it is this paper is set by some of the leading mathematics brains in Barbados.
In the English paper, the average improved by 0.17%. Those figures moved from 67.11% in 2015 to 67.92% now. And on the contentious issue of parents requesting transfers for their children, the minister says none will be allowed.
Schools are not elastic. There's maybe 6 first ones and some, maybe 7, and some with 5. 4. So, and we have to observe standards and the appropriate space for each child.
Overall, Mr. Jones says he was pleased with the results, although girls continue to outperform boys. He says this does not mean the boys are underperforming and just need to apply themselves more. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
And after the analysis was done, there was joy and jubilation at schools across the island when the top students were told their marks. This year's student overall is Zachary Gill from St. Gabriel's School. Gill scored 100 on the math paper and 98 on the English with an A in his composition. The top girl is Adia Dean from St. Angela's School, who scored 97 on both the math and English papers, also with an A in her composition. Again, here is our Lisa Broom.
The tense atmosphere at the St. Giles Primary gave way to celebration when Zachary Gill was announced as the top overall performer. With almost perfect marks in both papers, Zachary says the news was unexpected but very exciting. He prefers maths to English.
I like maths more because it's more logic and there's either yes or no. There's no alternate answers.
Zachary will be attending Queen's College and explained why he's happy about this.
I know that it's a really good school, and also I live very near, so it will be a very short drive to get there.
Principal of the school, Angela Blackett, says success over the years has become a culture, with a top performer in the island just 5 years before. She shared the formula for success.
Be diligent, work hard, ask every question you need to ask in order so that you are clear about what you are doing, and work things through. So be logical in your approach, be methodical, disciplined, and you will succeed.
Zachary's parents, Gina and Andy, who arrived a few hours after the announcement, were beaming with pride. They admit that the credit belongs to the school, as no extra lessons were required.
We both believe in discipline, and that things don't just come to you, you have to work for them.
And just a stone's throw away at St. Angela's Primary, emotions flowed freely from students and staff as Adia Dean was hailed as the island's top girl.
Shocking and exciting. Good, because it means all the work paid off, so.
The high achiever, who's headed to Harrison College, also revealed that she is a national swimmer, but gave up that and electronic devices to prepare for the test.
I used to make a lot of careless errors and a lot of things, so with everybody's support, they helped me to fix the errors and get better.
In addition to these two, 11 students sat the exam early. Back at St. Gabriel's Primary, Dominic Jackman was one of them. He will be attending Harrison College and says being a little younger was not a challenge because of the hard work he put in.
Even if they really don't do as well as others, I think that they can still do well at their school and make friends and have fun at their school.
Over in the north of the island, All Saints Primary School student Kimisha Haynes sat the exam early. She is happy to be on her way to Coleridge and Parry Secondary School, where she will join her older cousin.
I think I could have done better, but I'm very happy for the school I passed for.
Kimisha scored 80 in English and 64 in maths and a C in the composition. She's excited to study biology and wants to join cadets. Principal at All Saints, Keith Headley, is very pleased with the overall results for the school. He says Kimisha's success was not surprising.
I was pleased that she was able to write the exam early because she showed great promise, well-disciplined student. She's always involved in the activities, ISCF, netball, athletics, whatever the school offers, this child is involved in. So she's involved in the total life of the school. And you can see she's a very good all-round student.
Half Moon Fort Primary student Eon Thomas is another early sitter and the top student at the school, scoring 83 in English and 67 in maths and an A for composition. His formula for success: hard work.
The mathematics was hard, and I prepare by studying my work and I revise every day.
Eon is looking forward to doing English and playing football at Alexandra Secondary School next term. His teacher, Marvine Harewood, says while Eon faced some challenges at first, she's content with the outcome.
I really expected a little more of him, but I'm satisfied with what he did. From the time I came here, say 3 years ago, he was working ahead. So we decided that we would try and see, what he was doing before. We had a slight challenge at first. We weren't sure if he would be able to do the exam, seeing that he was born the 1st of September. But we managed to overcome that.
Well, congratulations to all of the students taking the exam. We'll be back tomorrow with some more results. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
Well, Alan Chastanet has been sworn in as the new Prime Minister of St. Lucia. He took the oath of allegiance this afternoon just after 2:30 in a ceremony at Government House. It was attended by the Governor-General, Dame Perlette Louisi, family, elected members of Parliament, along with candidates who contested yesterday's general election. Mr. Chastanet, who is the new parliamentary representative for Micoud South, led the United Workers' Party to a comfortable victory over the St. Lucia Labour Party, securing 11 seats to the SLP's 6.
I, Michael Chastanet, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to St. Lucia. I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of St. Lucia, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of St. Lucia. So help me God.
Mr. Chasney, in his inaugural speech, says St. Lucia is a mature democracy where the will of the people prevailed. Prime Minister Chasney intends to form relationships with all in society, including the opposition. He says it's time to look towards the future.
Yesterday, you voted for change, and the United Workers' Party is ready to bring about the change you want. In conclusion, I want to seize this opportunity to renew our commitment to deliver. As you know, we have a team of leaders in United Workers' Party who have a track record of achievement and management. We've all had experience creating and or managing wealth and other resources. We also have a policy in United Workers' Party to share this wealth more equitably through employment and universal social services. We know that an economy thrives when money circulates fluidly through the local economy. So we shall put money in people's pockets. This commitment is not just to those who voted for United Workers' Party. It is to all St. Lucians.
And let's take a look now at the scenes and sounds of the UWP as it celebrated yesterday's win at the polls. Stay with us. We'll have more news after the break.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
20 years, but in 20 days, and when he come in, he say, break. You see, it's not breaking. Not breaking. Look this. You see this tempered glass. I'd like to hear that. Break.
Are you positive? You are negative. HIV free. Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested and see. Are you positive? You are negative. Are you okay? Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested today.
Regional HIV Testing Day is Friday, June 24th, and free testing is available at these locations so you can know your status. In addition, free testing and counseling is available at these locations and times. A full list of testing sites can be found on the iLiveUp.info website. Regional Testing Day, for 9 years, an initiative of the Caribbean Broadcast Media Partnership, supported by PANCAP and the Scotiabank.
Are you positive? You are negative. Live up today.
Police are treating the death of 42-year-old Michael Mapp of Blades Hill in St. Philip as a murder. On Tuesday, May 24th, Mapp's body was removed by police from a shallow grave in a cane field at Bayfield in St. Philip. An autopsy has revealed that he died from gunshot wounds. While Barbadians are being warned to be on the lookout for unauthorized chicken wings, which may be in breach of certain health regulations. Head of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul, says the wings are being imported and sold to supermarkets across the island, chopping local farmers' earnings by some 30%. According to Mr. Paul, not only is this in violation of legislation stating that all chicken imports should be supervised by the BADMC, but it raises serious health concerns.
We have to question whether or not, first of all, those chicken wings were adequately checked by the health authorities, and whether or not, by the sale of those wings, that wholesaler is not putting the health of Barbadians at risk because they would not have gone through the normal health checks by the authorities.
Mr. Paul says he has personally seen the wings and declares them of lesser quality than locally produced poultry. Next week, Mr. Paul will meet with the Minister of Trade to address the matter, and he also encouraged greater vigilance at the island's ports, and he's hoping that swift action will be taken.
The powers that be should investigate this matter, and that if we have rules in this country that are to be followed, that we would expect them to be followed. I also wish to say that one of the constant things that we have inherited is that the reckless action of some business people in this country can cause untold economic damage to farmers in the country, and not only to farmers, but to the community and the population in general.
Well, last Sunday, June 5th, was World Environment Day. Here in Barbados, the CBC team visited the Blackman and Gollop Primary School to see how students and teachers observed the day. Students at the Blackman and Gollop Primary School took part in many activities to mark World Environment Day. Managing Director of Solar Dynamics, Dr. James Husbands, gave some of the children a hands-on lesson in planting trees around the school. Some went on a nature trail walk at nearby Staple Grove Plantation, where they learnt about local flora and fauna. Others made wonderful displays of toys and craft from recycled materials. Principal Olwyn Walker and teacher Kiane Jones says it is important for the children to learn to take care of their environment.
We need the children to understand that they're the ones who have to take care of the environment. So things like illegal dumping, things like using too much electricity and wasting water. We want the children to understand if they don't take care of those things now, it will affect them in the future.
I thought it imperative that the children, they'll not only interact with the environment, but they get to learn what are the consequences of mistreating the environment.
Students from the school told us about their experiences during the World Environment Day activities.
My name is Jalen Ford, and I'm having a nice time here at this plantation. I saw turtles, I saw palm trees, I saw cabbage, and I saw lettuce.
My name is Nehemiah, and today we are at the plantation for Environment Day. And we are exploring the old plantation. I saw the turtles, I saw the birds, I saw the plants. That's mostly all.
From all indications, it appears that the students had an exciting time and learned a lot about nature. And so to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across our region.